Welcome all for Unit 3 Project Management lecture. Today we are going to see what is ABC analysis and ABC technique and EOK. This is the inventory technique. So basically the material which is available on site has to be segregated and economy has to be achieved. So for that various techniques are available for inventory. So there are two techniques we are going to discuss today, that is ABC technique and EOQ or economic ordering quantity technique. Okay, so what is ABC analysis we are going to see. So if I ask this question to you, what is ABC analysis? So in ABC analysis, what exactly is thing is there? All the materials or all the this inventories or all the items which are available on the site are being divided into three categories, that is A, B and C. A, B and C. So all the materials are being categorized into A, B and C category. So by categorization, A being the most valuable, okay, most valuable or the costly items are being categorized into A category, and C are the active. C being the least values. In this way, C is the least valuable ones. After this, we are see in this way, if we are categorize most valuable as A item and least valuable as C item, then how exactly this method aims to draw what is called as the manager attention on critical few or A item, not on trivial many. So if manager is aware that A items are critical or having more values, then he will have critical view or attention on A items, and C items he will neglect. So in this way, ABC analysis we can do, what we can do is we can categorize the the whole of the project into A, B and C category. Okay, A being the high value or amount or rupees required for the items, and uh, B being the moderate value, C being low value. So in this way, this categorization is made in ABC analysis. So there is a Pareto principle, in which in the year 1948 to 23, this Pareto principle was working. That he was saying that 20% of the population owns 80% of the national wealth. Okay, and 20% of the employees cause 80% of the problems, and 20% of items accounts for 80% of the firm expenditure. Okay, like this he was telling. So what is this principle is being applied to ABC analysis? How is it that we can see over here? What is ABC analysis? If there is a manufacturer company is there, I am going to segregate the manufactured items into A, B, and C category. What is the meaning of this? A items 70 to 80% this cost of the items, and B category I categorize it as 15% value or 50% cost, and C category I cost as 5% value or 5% money required for the manufacturing unit. Okay, let's say it is a motorcycle manufacturing company. So A items are the items which are going to cost more, 70 to 80%. It may be machine of the bike, and B category will be some chain and all that, and C category will be spare parts like small screws and all that. So if I categorize this, the manager becomes very much alert on A category and focuses on this A category, and he can bring out economy in this project. Okay, so in this way, ABC analysis, A items are goods which annual consumption value is highest. Okay, and how much is the value? It is 70 to 80% of the annual consumption value. Okay, then we categorize it as A item. Okay, of the company, and it accounts for 10% of 10 to 20% of the inventory. Once means the whole of the item, if you consider in a company, then it will account for only 10 to 20%. So in short, I can tell that it will cost almost 80% of the money, and it will in number it will be 10 to 20%, like that. A category. Then if I go for B category now, in B category, the consumption value annually is 15 to 25%, and it accounts for 30% of the total inventory items. This overall items are there. Then this B category will the items will be 30% of the inventory items. And similarly, if I go for C category, C are the items which have the annual consumption of only 5% of the annual consumption value, or only 5% money is required for the year for C items. Whereas how much is the total inventory items? C items, it is 50% of the total inventory items. So it is a 50% of total inventory items. So if this is the thing, if I know, then if I make a graph now, let's say graph of cumulative percentage of items versus cumulative annual expenditure, then this graph will come, in which if I take A items, it will have 70% of annual expenditure. Okay, and the percentage of item is required, it is not more than 15 10 to 20%. Okay, let's say this. Similarly, if I take B item will cost 15 to 25%. Okay, it is now here, in this case it is 20% B items expenditure annually, and it is having inventory total of the inventory items as uh, it is, let's say it is 25 minus 15, it is almost 20%. And C category is having 50% of the inventory total inventory items, whereas total number of items of overall project, uh, C item will be having 50%, but the cost of this items will be only 5 to 10%. Okay, here in this case it is 5% or 10%, something like that. So that if this is the graph you have to make whenever you are going to analyze the items in A, B, and C category. Okay, so certain things has to be remembered while we are going to do ABC analysis. What do you think? A category is going to have 10% items and 70% annual inventory consumption. B category is going to have 20% items and 20% annual inventory consumptions, and C category is going to have 50 to 70% and 10% of annual inventory consumption. So now, if I try to analyze ABC analysis, this can be analyzed by using this how to get the annual consumption value of each item. Okay, how to get annual consumption value for each item. We can use this formula, what is called as, for getting annual consumption of the value, or annual consumption in rupees for each item, by item cost per unit. Okay, per unit, the cost of item per unit for one bag of cement, how much cost is required into annual demand, how much is the demand throughout the year it is required, or whatever it is. So annual demand into item cost per unit will give me the annual consumption value calculated with formula. Okay, so like that, if I go through this category, then the supply manager can identify. So what is the use of ABC analysis? The supply manager can identify inventory uh, hotspots and separate them from the rest of the item, especially those that are numerous but not profitable. Okay, so this categorizing is done. If the costly items are categorized and the less costly are been categorized, what will happen? We can do the economy in the project. We can bring out economy in the project. So in this way, what are the steps which are involved in ABC analysis for classification of items? So first and foremost step is to find out what is called as unit cost of any product and usage of each material over a given period of time. Okay, uses of each material over a given period of time. That is the thing. Then second step is to multiply the unit cost by estimated annual usage. Multiply the unit cost by estimated usage to obtain the next value, net value. Okay. If I multiply this, what will happen? We can get the okay annual value of the product. Descending value. Okay, descending value. Okay, whichever is having costly value, that will I will keep it in the first thing, and whichever is having lesser value will go in the last. So I will list out or arrange in descending order. That is third step. Then in the fourth step, what I will do, I will accumulate the value and add up the number of items and calculate percentage on total inventory in value in the number and in number. So I will now what I am going to do in percentage I am going to calculate the value. This total amount I will get of the whole project. This much percentage, this much total amount is there for all the items. So one item costing divided by the total expenditure for the items will give me the percentage of the total inventory in value. Okay, that is the fourth step. And then draw a curve of percentage items and percentage value. Okay, mark off from the curve the rational limits of A, B and C categories. So these are the 6 steps in ABC analysis. So if I make a table of material as the first column and categorize that A, B, C. So first column will be percentage of items. Percentage of items. In this way, we have seen that in ABC analysis, we have segregated the items into A, B and C category. So let us take an example in which the question is asked that we have to segregate the items into A, B, C using ABC analysis. So item number 101 to 110 are available, in which the unit cost of each item is given to you. As let's say 101 has 5 rupees cost and 102 has 11. Like this, 110 has 12 rupees cost, unit cost. And annual demand or for the year, for each year 101 requires this much amount of money or 48,000 of money. Like this, the annual demand is given to you. From this, you have to segregate the A items, B items, C items. We know that there are certain steps which are involved. We have discussed that. Let us go one by one. Before that, we have to remember that A items are to be classified based on the annual usage value or amount of money. It is 80% of money that is required, and B item is going to require the money amount is 50% of the overall cost of the project. C item is going to have 5% of the money or percentage value of annual usage. The name is given, and A items has the percentage of item total items of the percentage items for A item is 20%, 30% for B and 50% for C. This has to be remembered by everybody. So let us now go for the step number 1. Step number 1 is calculate the total expenditure per year. What is how to get the total expenditure per year? We know the formula, that is unit cost multiplied by total cost. That is nothing but your total unit cost multiplied by total cost, that is per year, that is nothing but your total cost per year. Okay, so let us now do it. So if I take the item number in the first column, unit cost on the second column, we have in the question we are given that 101 has unit cost as 5 rupees and annual demand as 48,000. Okay, so from the formula of cost per year, we can understand that unit cost multiplied by total cost per year, which is 5 multiplied by 48,000. I will get the total cost per year for 101 item, that is 2,40,000. Okay, similarly if I go for 102 item, it has unit cost of 11 rupees and annual demand is 2,000 rupees. So if I want to get the total cost per year for 102, it will be 22,000. Okay, that is 11,000, 11 multiplied by 2,000. Similarly, if I go on doing this multiplication for total cost per year for each item, 1010 will have 12, unit cost as 12 and annual demand as 500. So 500 will multiplied by 12, that is 6,000 per year is required for total cost per year for item number 110. And if I want to get the total usage, I have to sum all the total cost per year for all items, that is 7,37,900. Okay, now step number 2 will be to calculate usage of item in total usage or percentage of total usage. Okay, in percentage already we have removed what is total cost per year for each item. Now the last column in which we are going to get percentage of total usage means what, the total amount for the whole items, all the items is costing 7,37,000, of which 101 is how much percent. So let us go by the formula. We are going to apply a formula, that is for 101 item, how much is the total cost divided by the total usage of the item for the project, that is 2,40,000 upon 7,37,000, that is 32.5%. Okay, in this way I got the percentage usage of 101 item. If I go on doing this, for the percentage usage for 108 is the total cost per year, that is 1,200 divided by 7 lakhs 37,900, that is I will get the value as 0.2%. So the percentage usage of 108 is in percentage 0.2%. Okay, so in this way I got percentage usage. Now step number 3 is sorting the item by usage. So how we got 32%, some 0.2%. So now we are going to sort it in descending order. We have seen the steps, and we are going to sort it in descending order. What is the meaning of descending order? The highest percentage will come in the first, and last will come your minimum percentage. So this is the way we are going to sort it. So 107 is having 48.8%, and least percentage is 108. So in descending order, if I arrange the item now number which was serial now is being disordered because I am putting the items in descending order. That is 48%, highest percentage first and lowest percentage last. Okay, in this way I have got put the percentage uses in descending order. And if I take the cumulative of percent of the total, then I will get 48 plus 30, 48.8 plus 32, that will give me 81.3. So if I go on doing this cumulative, I will get a check of 100%. I will get a check of 100%. So if this is okay, then our calculations are right. You can check that this is a calculation step. In the step number 2, our check has we can get the check. Now this, if this step number 3 is over, we will go for the step number 4, in which what we are going to do, we are going to segregate all the items according to our ABC analysis into A category, B category and C category. How we are going to segregate? Now in this table we can see that 107 item and 101 item, if I add both this I'm getting as 81.3%. And this, so I know that A category has percentage usage of A category is 70 to 80%. So I can take these two items as A item. Then for this B category has gone to percentage usage is 15 to 25%. So I sum up 109, 105, 102 and 106, which is having in this table we can see in this table we can see 109. All this if I sum up it will round off to 15%. Okay, round up to 50%. So in this table only we can see that minimum usage of item number 108, 103, 110. These are minimum uses. This will be going in C category. So we are not going to touch this. Okay. So now B category was over, which is summing all these four into 16.2%. And if I take less remaining four items, that is 104, 110, 103, 108, that will sum up to 2.5. We already know that A category action to be taken is close control, or the manager has to take care of A item 107 and 101 very carefully, and has to manipulate or take care that economy is achieved while doing the ABC analysis. And C category he is not going to monitor much, that is called as infrequent review is to be done, and regular review of B item is to be done. So in this way we can do ABC analysis. From this numerical you have understood how to do this ABC analysis. Let's take now the second example. In the second example, what we have seen that there are different items are there from 1 to 7, and this 1 to 7 has the annual quantity usage, or the cost is given to you as 75 rupees, 1,50,000, 500, 18,000, 3,000, 20,000 and 10,000, and unit value is given to you as 80.9, uh, then 3. Okay, this is the rupees, and this is the quantity. Okay, annual quantity. Okay, this is the rupees. Okay, so if I go for the step number 1, what is step number 1? We have to get usage, total usage per year for each item. The formula is very simple. The annual quantity which is required for each item. So let's say item number 1 requires annual quantity is 75, and the cost of the item number 1 is 80 rupees. So 80 multiplied by 75, I get the cost per year, annual usage per year. Okay, so that is 6,000 is the annual usage per year for item number 1. Similarly, for two item, the annual usage is how much the annual quantity required multiplied by the cost, unit cost, that is zero point 0.9. So it is 1,35,000. So item number 3, it is 500 annual quantity, and unit cost is 3 rupees. So 500 multiplied 3, that is 1,500 is the cost of the item number 3. Similarly, if I go for fourth item, it will be 3600, or the cost of the item number 4 for the whole year it is 3600. Similarly, if I go for 5 and 6 item, I'll get 900 and 2000, and 7 item 20,000 as the total usage per year. Okay, if I sum up all those items from 1 to 7, I'll get total usage of all the items from 1 to 7 as 1,69,000. Let us go for the step number 2. Step number 2, I told you that we have to get percentage usage of each item. In percent, item number 1, how much is required for the year. So if I divide 6,000 divided by total usage, or the formula is very simple, usage per year of each item divided by total usage, that is percentage in total usage. Okay, so 6,000 divided by 1,69,000, that is 3.51%. So if I go on doing this, I will get for item number 2 percentage usage as 79.8, 3 0.87, 4 as 2.1%, 5 as 0.53, 6 as 1.18, 7 as 11.8. Okay, now I'm going for heading for step number 3. Step number 3, already I got usage per year, percentage usage I got. Now I will go for cumulative percentage. Cumulative percentage, just sum of the same 17.8, and second row 17.8 plus 11.8, that is 91.6. Go on adding, I will get 100%. I have already discussed with you that check at this step number 3 is you have to get 100% at the last item. Okay, and sorting step number 3 is also sorting the items according to the percentage. Highest percentage will come as the first, and last will be your lowest percentage. Okay, so here in this case item number 2 is having highest percentage 79.8, and lowest percentage is atom number 5, that is 0.53. Now after this step we are going to segregate all this item into A category, B category and C category. Everybody knows A category is going to have 80%, so already item number 2 is having 79.8, so let us put only one item in class A items. Okay, and how I got this 15% as the percentage of item. Here we can see that the percentage usage of uh, uh, this item is 15%. Okay, how much is the percentage of item we can get by total items divided by the total item are, let's say, this much. So from this we can get the total percentage. Okay, total items divided to the, so item number 2, how much it is going to have this much quantity divided by total all the summation of all the items, 1,50,000 divided by total summation, that will give the percentage of item that is used for the item number 3, so that is 15%. Similarly, if I get the sum of two items as 15%, around 15%, that is 7 and 1. So according to this case, it is 7 and 1 item has summation as 15.31. So and the percentage of items are how much? 30%. And again, the remaining will be 3, 4, 5, 6 items. And how much is the percentage usage? Is 4.89. Right, okay, and if I count how much is the percentage from the table, okay, we can get that it is almost it is item say 55%, so around 50% it is. So we have segregate all the items into A, B and C categories. You know that the close control is required for A item, B regular reviews are required, or infrequent reviews are required for C. So in this way we can consider that for by ABC analysis there is thin boundary between class A and class B, not be sharply defined. Okay, we can, so sometimes 79% will come of A category, sometimes 81%. So the thin boundary cannot be defined. That is the conclusion. The purpose of this classification is to ensure that purchasing staff use resources to maximum efficiency by concentrating on those items that have greatest potential savings. Okay, so we can concentrate on items which have greatest potential of saving the money. Selective control will be more effective than approach that treats all items identically. So all items cannot be tackled. So better focus on A category and B category, and we can minimize our or minimize our economy, or increase our profit, like that. Thank you very much.